All right, Dave Feldman, head of BKFC. Of course, a busy man, big things planned in 2021. Before we get to what's upcoming, though, I did want to ask, it's been a couple of weeks, but I haven't had a chance to speak to you since then. But the retirement of Leonard Garcia from Combat Sports at BKFC 16, I just want to ask what you can tell us about Leonard, man. I mean, for those of us, hardcore MMA fans, obviously he's got a special place in history. What'd you think of him in his time in bare knuckle?
I mean, as a person, we'll talk about him as a person first. Like the absolute nicest, most humble man in combat sports, in all of combat sports. I've been around for a long time that I ever met. He's just a really, really good guy, good family guy, good husband, good father, amazing individual, and always just wants to see us succeed. So really, really like, or if not say I love that dude. He's such a good dude. And to see him finish his career with us on that card in that type of fight was amazing for him. And it took me by surprise because I was actually in my head, okay, I know who he's going to fight next. And I said the decision, and then he took the mic and announced his retirement. I'm like, wow, that's not going to happen.
We'll see if he sticks to it, man. I hope he does. He's had a storied career, but hey, you never know. There's a lot of fight left in that guy, so we'll see what happens. Sure. All right, but let's talk about moving forward. I know that you're back in action on April 30th, BKFC 17. I know we've got Mike Shipman on there, so tell us about what fights we can expect to see there, and if you got anything for us, kind of MMA crew that likes the crossover fights.
Yeah, I mean, we got the main event is Josh Burns. Josh Burns is a former Bellator fighter versus Dylan Kleckler, who is 11-1 in MMA. I think 10 knockouts. It's two guys that have near 100% knockout ratio between the both of them. So that's going to be fireworks, complete fireworks. Now we have Mike the Marine Richmond, who fought BKB overseas. He fought Bellator. He fought everywhere really in the world, fighting Marcel Stamps, who is a good mixed martial artist. He's I think he's 3-1 with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship now. That's going to be a tremendous fight as well. And just so many different fights on the undercard, a bunch of different local guys that we're getting on board now. We're really building up the stable, but it's going to be a really, really great night. With that Marcel Stamps fight, we're starting the quarterfinal round for the 175-pound tournament for the championship for BKFC. So we're really looking forward to our first event in Miami because I'm there so much, in Birmingham, Alabama on April 30th.
Nice. And that's just kind of ramping up the schedule, right? I mean, you've already got BKFC planned for May 21st as well. And is that right for BKFC 18?
Yeah, May 21st will be at the Hard Rock Casino in Hollywood, Florida. June 18th, we're going to go to Utah, actually our first event in Utah. July, we're going to do a big event, really marquee event. July or August, we're working on the date right now, but that should be in Dallas, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're opening up new states left and right. Then we have Nebraska, Arizona, all new states, which is phenomenal for us as the growth of this sport and this company is going. All from June on. It's June, July. They're all brand new states for the next 6 months, which is incredible for us. Really, really going to expand our fan base in a grassroots way, man. Really, really excited about it.
That's awesome, man. So, your organization, it kind of reminds me of the early days of MMA, right? I mean, you have to face some people going, oh, I don't know, is this a real sport? You got to go through, I guess, is it legalization process? I mean, what's it like to open up those new states each time?
It's getting easier now, but at the beginning, I mean, it was the hardest thing in the world because I was pitching them on the safety of bare knuckle. And I was telling them that, it's not as dangerous as boxing. It's not as dangerous as mixed martial arts. And I'm telling them by like hitting the wall and taking a glove and hitting the wall and just different things like that. Like it was, I had nothing. I had no proof in the pudding that I could really show them. And I'm saying, please regulate it because bare knuckle, hitting someone in the face with a bare knuckle is actually safer. And they looked at me like I had three heads. Like, come on, man, what are you talking about? Now we have an injury report and statistics that statistically prove that bare knuckle fighting has less injuries than boxing or MMA combined. So, it was tremendous for us for that to come around for us and us to be able to we have Dr. Don Musi, who is the president of the Association of Ringside Physicians, and he was able to compile that report. And that report to get sent around to all the collective state athletic commissions in the United States now, it's just doing wonders for us because now we actually have the proof. It's not perception. It's not what we think. It's not what we hope it's going to be. It's actually what it is. So that's helping us open these doors a lot easier now.
Fantastic. Well, congrats to you guys for opening up all those new states and traveling around on the show a little bit. One of the reasons I really wanted to talk to you, Dave, was an announcement that you guys made that you're rolling out a fighter pension plan. I mean, obviously nothing ever done like this in combat sports that I'm aware of anyway. I guess, what can you tell us about it? I mean, are there details yet? And I mean, A, I guess, what was the motivation for doing this when we haven't seen anybody else doing it? And B, what can you tell us about it and how it's going to work?
Well, we're going to have we're actually going to have all the managers of the fund are going to be here on Thursday, and we're going to be able to get all the exact precise details out to the media probably on Friday. But basically what it is we're going to take a portion, not of the fighter's purse, but we're going to match a portion of their purse. Like, let's say they made 10,000. Let's say I don't know what the number is going to be exactly. I'm going to find out on Thursday, but let's say it's 10%. So we'll take 1,000 and put it into a savings pension account for them. So when they retire, that, and along with the next fights that they have coming up, we'll gain some interest, and we will also match that on some other bonuses and sponsorships that we're doing as well. And the reason why I really wanted to do this is it's never been done before. That's not why I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it because I've been in combat sports my whole life, since I've been in diapers, literally. My dad trained 7 world champions. I've seen him manage. He actually managed all those world champions as well, and see how fast they blew their money. They made millions of dollars and all blew their money. And he would take money aside and put Keo accounts and set up savings accounts for them, and they would do anything in their power to break those accounts open and be able to spend the money. So I want to do something where, look, it might not be life-changing for them, but at that time it could be. When they're broke and they can open up an account that has $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 in there for them, it's going to be nice for them to get to. And, we're not going to let them touch it for 5 years after retirement. So some interest can grow, and we can actually add some more money to that. It's just something I think needs to be done. I think it's something that really had to be done. And I'm very pleased that we are the first combat sports promotion ever to be able to launch something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how anybody could criticize it. Sounds like a heck of an idea. Certainly look forward to seeing the details. I mean, I guess I got to.
I'm just going to interrupt you while you say that. And you said it's hard that someone can criticize it. And the crazy thing is like when I made a stupid announcement like 2 years ago, I went in the ring and I took half this guy's purse, or said I was going to, and I didn't. I didn't take it, but I said I was going to. Everybody criticized me, and every media publication in the world covered it. I announced that I'm going to launch a fighter pension, and it made the news, but it was crazy that people were saying, oh, what are you going to rob the fighters? You're going to do this, you're going to do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, everybody finds a way to look at a black hole in something, but there is no black holes in this. This is an amazing thing that we're doing, and really the only reason why no one ever did it before is because it costs money. It costs money to do. But
that was actually going to be my next question, right? Because here's the thing. Let's be honest. I mean, you've been in combat sports for a long time. We've had our share of shady characters make their way through the fight game, right? So I think when people hear it, they go, well, hold on, man. This sounds like a good thing. There's got to be a catch. What's the catch? You know what I mean? So I think if people, once they hear the details, that's, I think, when maybe it'll get more coverage and more positivity. Right now, I think everybody goes, what's the catch? You know what I mean? So that's what I did want to ask you, though. How do you plan on financially backing this? I mean, is this literally just an added cost to your operational lines, or is there some other way that you can kind of offset, this additional percentage that you're going to pay to the fighters?
No, it's just an extra line item that we're doing. We're growing rapidly. Our ticket sales are doing good. Our streaming is doing phenomenal. Our sponsorship is just, exploding. So everything that our international distribution, everything that we've been doing to create revenue has just really skyrocketed. And it's skyrocketed because I really truly feel we're the most exciting combat sport on the planet. And these guys, and why are we that? Because these guys and girls go in there and really fight their asses off each and every time. So let's reward them a little bit. Again, like I say, I don't want a misperception here that it's like, they're going to get $50,000 a year for the rest of their life. It's not going to be like that, but they are going to have some savings money, and we're going to be able to give them money 5 years after they retire. And, they're going to have something to fall back on. And I pride myself on it, and the company prides itself on being able to, do this for the fighters. I mean, the fighters go in there, they take the damage, they do the give and take, and they do everything that is needed to blow the company up. So we're going to reward them. And again, it's just another line item. So what it did is it lit a fire under my my whole staff's ass, because I said, look, now we got to create more revenue because we have more expenses now. So, but they were all on board for it. Everybody loved what we were doing, and I'm glad that we're the first to be able to do this.
That's awesome, man. And who knows what it could lead to, whether it be, within your own organization or across combat sports. Like you said, it's not going to be life-changing, but something for a fighter to fall back on when it's all said and done. That's awesome. So, listen, I'm excited to hear the details of that. So hopefully you'll share that with us after you have your meeting. But let's talk about some of the other things going on. I did have to, this has been the year of Paige VanZant for you, right? She was a huge media generator for you. Obviously, the debut didn't go the way that she would have liked, but certainly that's what happens when you step over to a new discipline. So, what can you tell us about the future of Paige VanZant? And do you have her booked again? Does she need a little time to develop or change strategy? What's the plan for Paige?
I'll break the date for you, but I can't break the opponent. But July 23rd, she's going to fight. That's going to be her next fight, July 23rd. The opponent's contract is hopefully signed today, and then we can drop that in the next day or two. But it's someone pretty recognizable with combat sports, so I think people are going to get excited about this match. So I'm looking forward to seeing how she learned from that first fight, because like I said on a lot of interviews, the good thing is she really picked up the pace at the end of the fight, showing me that she had the heart and the desire to really succeed in this sport. So I'm really excited to see what she's going to do in July, and I think she's going to perform extra well.
So a combat sports veteran, a bare knuckle veteran, or what are we talking about here? Give us some hints.
It's not a bare knuckle veteran. It's not a bare knuckle veteran, but it's someone that it's a veteran that is a very recognizable name. So I think people are gonna really want to tune into this fight. It's going to be a great fight. Two marquee fighters that are going to headline this event, and it's going to be a special night. Friday, July 23rd. And I think that's going to be in one of our new states. We're hoping they get that I dotted and T's crossed this week.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to that news breaking, and hopefully you get the new state done. I want to ask you about this weekend. Are you going to be tuned in to watch Frank Mir? I know you kind of let him go off on loan, so to speak. What are you thinking about his chances over there? And, does his performance there impact how you handle him in your organization moving forward?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be at the event, so I am going to the event live. I'm going to be doing some stuff with those guys a little bit. They've been great guys. It's a tough fight for him. He's fighting a veteran boxer who, isn't really shot. He's a strong fighter. He's a lot lighter naturally than Frank Mir, so that could give Frank an advantage. It's a tough fight. I have to say it's going to be it's a tough task for Frank to win this fight. But does the outcome decide where he goes with bare knuckle? It does, in a way. If he goes out there and gets, annihilated, knocked dead or something like that, maybe he might not want to fight any more, himself, and maybe we won't want to use him. We just have to see how he performs. If he wins or loses, that doesn't matter as much as how the performance goes. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, and we wish him the best. He's one of our guys, but he does have an uphill battle here. He's fighting in a boxing match against a former world champion boxer. So, it's a tough task for him.
Yeah, I wondered if this was a difficult choice for you to let him go do this, right? It's great that you're allowing him to go have this boxing match, but it's the big part of it is the intrigue, right? Is the guy that's the grappling stud, can he actually box? That's what so much is about. Do you feel bad that maybe you're losing that on your organization? You won't have that intrigue. We'll get to see a little bit of how he handles himself as a striker.
Well, yeah, you know what it is, though? It's the fact that these guys and girls are in this business to make money. And had he been making comparable money, I wouldn't have allowed it. But they offered him really, really good money for this. And we're in this business to make money, like I said. And if he had an opportunity to make that kind of money, I thought I was going to do him a disservice by holding him back. So I let him go. And hopefully things pan out well for him and he can come back to BKFC. So we'll all be seeing Saturday night. Like I said, I'll be there live. I'm actually going to be meeting Shaq there. We're going to hopefully get our deal done there. So he's coming. It's going to be a great event. It's something, right? This event Saturday, it's weird. It's different. It's got a lot of hype to it. Who knows what's going to happen? You see Jake Paul train, and then you see Ben Askren train. I don't know. Who do you pick?
It's wild because I'm torn. You know, they had a big press conference here in Las Vegas that I went to, and I'll definitely tell you, man, they do the shows right. But I'm torn on it as well. I mean, you know, Jake's been out there at least training. I mean, you see the footage, you've seen him fight, you've seen the knockouts. Yes, maybe not against as skilled as competition, but Ben Askren himself has admitted he's like, I'd never had to strike in my entire career. This is not something I did. So, you know, what's funny is I think I'm picking Askren, but it would not shock me 1 second to see Paul win. And it's funny. I kind of made fun of this fight when they first announced it. I'm like, what are we doing? But now as we get closer, I'm buying it. I'm definitely buying it.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm picking Jake Paul. I think he's going to knock him out in the first round.
First round.
Yeah, yeah. I actually witnessed him train. I know some of the guys he's been training with, and he's taking this very, very seriously. And I'm only saying that because I also watched Ben Askren's hands, and his hands are pretty suspect. So,
yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, it's got a lot of heart. He's a world-class athlete, but it's a different animal, right? So, again, we'll see. You never know.
That's what I want to see is what happens if it's not the first round. You know, if it's round 2, 3, 4, and Jake's, you know, probably been swinging out of his shoes trying to get that early knockout and he's not used to it, then do things change a little bit? You know, because Ben Askren, of course, you all ever make fun of him for the flying knee and all that, but he's been hit before, right? I mean, he's been hit. He knows what it feels like. So I'm interested to see if it gets past that first round, how it goes from there.
I agree. And just on that flying knee part, that flying knee would have knocked out 99 out of 100 people, though. I mean, that was beautifully cool.
Yeah, if you're using that as an excuse of a guy with a weak chin, that's a bad example to use, no question. Hey, listen, I want to ask you about another combat sports veteran, Vanderlei Silva. I mean, obviously an MMA legend. Is he still planning to fight? What's the latest on Vanderlei?
Yeah, he'll be fighting for us probably in August, maybe September. Just had a great conversation with him today. I think when we drop the opponent, I think people are going to get really, really excited. That's going to be a legend fight. I really can't wait to announce that one. I'm sorry to tease you on that, but now I got to do that one the right way. But I'm excited about it, and I think the fans are going to get super excited about it.
We got to schedule these interviews better next time moving forward, man. I want to get you after the meetings.
I got you.
What else? Any other, whether it be teases, whether it be done deals? I mean, do you have your eye on anybody? I know everybody said, hey, you know, Junior Dos Santos, Alistair Overeem. Are you looking at names like that? But are there any names that you've had conversations with, you're feeling good about, or anything that you can tease us about, new free agent signings?
We're talking to JDS right now, so hopefully something happens with that. Talking to Tyrone Woodley. We're talking to a bunch of different guys, and hopefully these things pan out. These are guys that kind of got shocked with the announcement that they weren't going to be with the organization anymore. So for that, you know, they want a little time to think about what their next move is. But we're having some great conversations, so any of those could be very possible. We have another boxer, a very well-established former 3-time world champion boxer that in the prime of his career right now that we're hoping to sign here by Friday. So we have a lot of things that are hanging right there that we're going to expand on. And especially the big thing is our international expansion. As soon as these borders open, we have plans in Russia, in Australia, in Thailand again, in England, really all over the world to launch these international shows. So we're just excited to get these borders open so we can really, really launch our international aspect of this company.
That's awesome, man. Well, it sounds like big things happening for you. I guess if anybody wants to tune in, it's just right through the BKFC app, right? Sign up for the app, and $4.99 a month, is that the right price point? And you get these monthly shows?
It's $3.99 a month, and it's bkTVapp.com. bkTVapp.com. Again, it's $3.99 a month. Gives you all our library, all our live events. You know, everything you want to see about bare knuckle, and it's, you know, the whole year is the price of one pay-per-view event.
Not bad. Not a bad pitch. Last thing I asked, Dave, you know, obviously our audience is primarily MMA fans. If people haven't given you a shot yet, what's the pitch? What do you tell them? Hey, if you love MMA, why would they like bare knuckle?
Just tune into it one time. It's the fastest, most exciting, nonstop action the whole entire event long. There's not a lot of pauses in the event. These guys come, they stand in the middle of that ring and they bang it out. I mean, if you like MMA fights or boxing matches where they stand in the middle of the cage or ring and they start exchanging punches, that's what this is the whole entire time. Non-stop excitement the whole entire night long. So tune in to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship at bkTVapp.com and you will not be disappointed.
Well done, man. Awesome. Well, I appreciate the time as always, and don't be afraid to reach out once you get some of the ink dry on some of those contracts.
Because you give us good coverage, I promise you, I'm going to drop one on you next week. All right.
I appreciate it, Dave. Best of luck on the event. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.